Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video, and in today's video, I'm going to show you guys some very easy tips that you guys can use to help you guys edit a little bit faster in this game, and as well build faster here in Season 2. So if you guys are looking for some easy tips to build and also edit a lot quicker in this game, then this is definitely the video for you. And real quick before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 2,000 V-Bucks every single week, and if you guys want to be a part of this giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video. And lastly, comment down below either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into the next giveaway. And also, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom, click on support a creator, type in my code. My creator code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so here in this video, I wanted to give you guys some super simple and easy tips to help you guys build and edit faster a lot quicker in this game. So one of the biggest things that I've seen, and I might have made a video on it like 2 months ago, but I really wanted to talk about this again because it is super important, and I think a lot of you guys are missing out on being able to edit and build a lot quicker in this game, because a lot of you guys are looking for some better tips, especially for you guys who play on console. Because of the lower FPS, it can make it a little bit more difficult to, I guess, see, and also to be able to edit a lot quicker in this game. So I wanted to give you guys some easy tips that you guys can follow, that you guys can put into your game to help you edit and build a lot faster. And also, with a lot of my tips, or any tip in the game for that matter, everything can be situational too, so it's not the best to do this every single fight, but there is going to be a lot of times and a lot of places where this is going to make a huge difference on your game, and that's really going to be the difference between being very good at this game and being average or being a little bit below average. That's really going to be the deciding factor, is knowing those small tips that can really give you an advantage, and those are the things that I've been using to help me win a lot of solo games and win a lot of 1v1 gunfights, just going against other players in solos or duo games. Just knowing small things to really help me and give me a really good advantage in this game. So I would say one of the most important edits in this game is going to be double edits when you're editing a floor and a cone. And when it comes to hitting this edit, or maybe for instance if you want to drop down and you have to reset the edit, that can be a lot harder for those guys who play on controller versus keyboard and mouse, because if you play keyboard and mouse, say if you want to reset an edit, you can literally just look down, or you just look up, you flick up on the scroll wheel, and then look back down, and it's a lot easier. But for controller players, sometimes you need a little bit extra time to get off that reset. And one thing you can do when it comes to editing or building, if you have your map out, you can actually reach a significant distance further when it comes to editing and also resetting your builds. So when you're having your map out, as you can see here, I can back up probably a good 5 feet or so. So it gives me a lot of extra time when I'm looking to, I guess, hit the edit, or if I'm looking to reset an edit, it gives me a lot more time to be able to hit that edit a lot quicker. So when you have your map out, your edit, you're able to edit and also reset your builds from a little bit further distance back. So when you are going for a double edit, in that case, you are able to do it a lot quicker. And also what I mentioned earlier, when it comes to PC players have scroll wheel reset, which is completely overpowered. Like, I think that is completely unfair, but, you know, what am I saying? I'm just a controller bot player who doesn't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, so when it comes to resetting your edit, you can reset your edit from a much further distance. So say you're getting shot, some PC bot comes running around, some keybot player comes running around the corner with their drum gun or their SCAR, and they're spamming at you, and you need to back up out of that gunfight. What you can do is you can back up, and it buys you a little bit. If you have your map out, it buys you a little bit more time. So say you need to back up first before you reset the edit, then it's going to give you a little bit more time when it comes to resetting the edit, because you can back up even further and still be able to reset the edit. Also, another thing to mention, when you have the map out, you can look at any part of the wall, you can look at any part of the floor, any part of the pyramid, and be able to reset the edit, because if you don't, you have to look to the corner which you don't edit and then edit from there. So that is an extra bonus when it comes to editing with your map out. You can look at any part of the wall, you can look at any part of the cone and being able to reset it. But if you don't, like I mentioned, you have to look at the part that you didn't edit in order to, I guess, get control of the wall, and then finally hit 3 different buttons to reset the build. which is definitely pretty frustrating considering that keybot players literally just have to flick up on their mouse and they instantly reset the build 10 times faster than any controller player in the game. I don't know, maybe we'll see a settings, or maybe we'll see something soon in the future where controller players are going to be able to have some sort of confirm on release for resetting, which really should be very helpful. I don't know why it's not in the game, because a lot of times if I'm clicking on the wall, and for me, I reset with my right stick, I just click it down. I don't know why after I click, if I can just, as soon as I release it, it instantly confirms instead of me having to have an extra confirm button, which I confirm with LT in case you guys were curious. So for me, for my buttons, if you guys were, just wanted to know, I edit with one of my paddles, and then I press the right stick down to reset the edit, and then I press left trigger to confirm. Those are just the buttons I have for my editing. But as I was talking about earlier, when it comes to any sort of tip that I give you guys, or any sort of tip in the game, it is situational. You don't always want to have your map out when you're editing. For instance, right, if you're going against another player who's right in front of you, it's going to be better that you edit with your... So say if you're rushing a guy, it's better to edit with your pump already out. So as soon as you edit, your pump's already out, you're ready to take a shot, or maybe your drum gun, whatever gun you want to challenge with the other player with. You already have that gun out and you're fighting the other player. But using this map, I guess, technique, or this tip can really suit a lot of advantages. So maybe you're in a box fight, you're maybe trying to back up, so you have a little bit more distance to reset the edit. That can be a huge advantage. Or maybe you're just looking to build, you're build fighting the other player, and maybe they're not right in front of you, and you want to be able to get off your edits as soon as you possibly can, because if you play on 60 FPS, it can be a little bit slower and a little bit more difficult, especially with the input lag. I totally get it. I played on console for a very long time. I played on console for I don't know how long. I've been playing on PC for literally, I think, just over a year. Spent about a year and about a month or so. So trust me, I know what you guys are talking about when you say the FPS is a killer, the input delay. Trust me, I know exactly what you're talking about. I played on console for a very long time in this game. But so that's also something I mentioned earlier, and that's really going to give you the biggest advantage when it comes to building and editing. It's just knowing small tips like that can really give you a huge advantage in a competitive aspect and also as a pub aspect, because especially now with skill-based matchmaking and you got these keybot players just sweating their balls off, these little Timmies just trying as hard as humanly possible, with their Ducky Mini 2s and their Razer mouses or whatever mouse the Logitech mouses, whatever these little Timmies, whatever their parents buy for them, whatever the case may be, whatever they're freaking using for their equipment, they're trying as hard as possible, and they're just flicking up on their scroll wheel for the reset. They're spamming edits. They watch a couple, Raider videos, and they're, thinking they're the best player in the game, the fastest editor, and they're just spamming all over the place. So you really want to try to be as quick as possible. First, for you guys on controller, it's a little bit more difficult to keep up, especially against those high-level keyboard and mouse players. So you really want to have every single advantage possible. So having that in mind can help you in a lot of instances. And of course, there's a lot of other things you can do. Like for me, when it comes to practice editing or anything in this game, I really do like practicing my free builds. I really do enjoy practicing and, I would say, editing courses. Those are probably my two favorite ways, and I've started to lean a little bit more towards free building, because when it comes to free building, you can work on any sort of mix and match. You can work on double edits, you can work on triple edits, and you kind of mix and match everything together, because when it comes to actual games, you're going to be building and you're going to get shot at, and there's going to be builds all over the place. So you want to be able to free build, and that's really a good way to practice. But I really do like how editing courses are really good for beginners. So if you're just starting out, maybe you're changing new binds, having an editing course is, I would say, the way to go starting out when it comes to building and editing. But I would definitely venture myself towards free building, because with free building, you have a lot more aspects to it. You're cranking 90s, you're doing a bunch of high ground retakes, you're editing all over the place, you're double editing, triple editing, and you pretty much, it's just like an all-in-one when it comes to free building. Plus it helps you build and get a lot smoother with your builds. So that's probably the best way to go about it as far as my recommendations for improving with building and editing. And also, like I mentioned in other of my settings videos, if you guys were curious on how I kind of change my sensitivity, I do recommend playing on a lower building sensitivity and a higher editing sensitivity, because when it comes to building in Fortnite, you really want to be, because you can have a higher build sensitivity if you want, but most of the time it's going to be sloppy. You're going to be building all over the place. And when it comes to editing sensitivity, when you're editing close range, you're going to have to move your analog stick a lot more. That's why I do prefer to have a much higher editing sensitivity than building sensitivity. My building is on a 1.9 and my editing is on a 2.4. In case you guys were curious, those are my building and editing sensitivities. And I would recommend something along those lines for those guys who play on controller as well. But with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. Hope you guys found this video very helpful. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure you guys do drop a like. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my post notifications. You guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.